counting.
Wow, and you're already bouncing off each other like an old married couple.
Careful now, you're gonna make his cape jealous.
It's a cloak, not a cape, and it definitely wouldn't be jealous of you.
I'm calling it now. You two are gonna be best friends before this thing is over.
Taking a big risk with your chosen one.
You act as if I'm thrilled with the situation. If you're concerned, then be all the more vigilant out there.
Easy for you to say.
Nothing about any of this is easy, Blade.
Yeah? Tell that to Wanda.
So, crazy day, huh?
Unfortunately, time is of the essence. Otherwise, I'd gladly offer to walk you through some of the more pivotal events that have changed the world since you last saw it. I imagine Caretaker will have a hard time putting you at risk so soon after your awakening, but I doubt Lilith will leave her much of a choice. I imagine Caretaker will have a hard time putting you...
I give it about 5 minutes before Tony starts in with his ye old joke material. Sorry, Hunter. Never should have taken him to medieval times. It's almost impossible to imagine the horror, the atrocities committed on these grounds all those years ago. Then again, we are less than 20 miles from Fenway Park.
Just gearing up for ye old apocalypse, Hunter. Should have the world saved in less than a fortnight.
Powerful, yes. But how powerful, we will see.
Big personalities, too.
I think you mean big egos.
But none of that matters unless they can help us get to Wanda.
So that was Lilith, huh? She has a real 90s album cover vibe.
1690s, maybe. Hard to believe she's the Hunter's mother.
Resemblance dwindles when one is twisted by Chthon's power.
Whose power?
Chthon, the Elder God?
Is Chthon the elder god of metal bands?
No.
Tony, read your briefings.
Relax, I'm just spinning him up.
You think now's really the time for that? I nearly broke my hand on Lilith's face. She didn't even flinch.
The more dangerous the foe, the funnier I get.
That's debatable.
No signs of muscle atrophy. You seem pretty healthy for a reanimated corpse. You sure you're not a time-traveling robot? Did someone give you a cup of coffee at least? I know I'm useless in the morning without a little boost. We could probably have one of these witches or warlocks magic you over a barista. Did someone give you a cup of coffee at least? I know I'm useless in the morning.
Caretaker's home for wayward sorcerers, scientists, and slayers. Sounds like something Doctor Strange would come up with. I mean, technically you were here first, but don't expect any special treatment. Caretaker will have you mopping the floors and hauling trash whether you're 2 or 200. You should probably go talk to Caretaker. I think she's already got plans for your first mission.
I too was recruited as a child into a calling of power and violence. So far, it has worked out well for me. At least they don't have me stationed in some musty old dungeon like Strange and Stark. At least they don't have me stationed in some musty old dungeon like Strange and Stark.
With all these big names in here, maybe we should sell tickets. Ooh, could finally upgrade the TV to 4K. I wonder if you ever ran into any of my predecessors back in the day. We, tend to stand out.
Things are likely to get pretty hectic around here, kiddo. Just like the old days. Take some time to adjust while you can. I wish we could get you settled in, but things are already pretty hectic around here, kiddo. Starting to feel like the old days again, which we both know is not a good thing. You know I wouldn't have woken you if it wasn't serious. We'll have time to catch up later. I kept your old room just the way you left it.
The table? Let's see how long you stay above ground this time. Just remember, if it came down to it, your blood would make a mighty fine vintage. If If I were you, I'd probably be looking for a hot shower after spending 300 years in a tomb. If I were you, I'd probably be looking for a hot shower after...
Prophecies be damned. It's good to see that face again. You look like it was yesterday.
And you look... older. How long was I in that crypt, Sarah?
No more than a few centuries. You were... missed.
Centuries? And what of Lilith?
Fallen by your hand. Until now.
Yeah, so speaking of Lilith...
Tony?
What? The kid's literally speaking of Lilith.
Tony.
That's my name.
Tony. That's, Carol and Dr. Spooky over there. Here to help.
Help with what, exactly?
Oh, I don't know. Throwing the magic amulet into the volcano? Smiting the Dragon Mother? You tell us, kid. You are the chosen one, after all.
Do you recall anything of that last encounter, child?
There was... a voice. The rest is hazy.
Oh, a voice. That's it? A voice? That's what we have to go on?
Results of your long crypt sleep, most likely.
A minor inconvenience. Everything required to restore those memories is contained within my sanctum. I will simply alert Wanda to prepare the necessary rituals.
What? Straight to voicemail?
Some Sorcerer Supreme.
Must be mystical interference caused by this little pocket dimension of yours.
Perhaps Agatha can help.
Allow me. Alato.
Whoa, what kind of network you running there?
The all-seeing eye of Ereshkigal who judges. Bound to enchanted Babylonian soul glass.
We just call it the mirror table.
Wanda!
Dark force, pushing against the wards. Stephen, where are you?
That's impossible. Nothing on Earth could possibly affect those wards.
Wanda's in trouble.
Wanda is trouble.
I'll go.
You'll need my help, of course.
Then let us make haste, Dr. Spooky. Our hunt begins now.
With everything going on right now, we simply cannot afford to lose contact with the Sanctum, or Wanda.
Even given the fluctuations in the astral spectrum, I should be seeing something. Unless Bruce is right about gamma interference. If such a thing could even exist. The wards have been activated before, and I've never experienced such a reaction. Or perhaps I have simply erased that timeline so as not to affect my own destiny. I am quite efficient with my future and past selves in that regard. Are you ready? The prophecy of the Midnight Sun does not linger, and neither should we. Lilith possesses the Darkhold. If she forced her way into my Sanctum Sanctorum once, I suspect she can do it again.
You are a Sorcerer Supreme. Can you not predict her movements?
Normally, yes. But since your mother breached the sanctum, my sense of the future has grown volutinous in nature.
Is that another language, or...?
Fuzzy. My predictions are fuzzy. For the first time as Sorcerer Supreme, I cannot foresee how the future unfolds, and with my apprentice in danger, we cannot tarry.
Your sanctum will survive. We shall see to that.
Indeed. The Sanctum Sanctorum has weathered its fair share of trouble over the years. Blaze storms, a few short-tempered celestials that issue with the Zoning Commission. But this time, it feels different. I do not doubt Wanda's capability, but without my predictive acumen, I cannot bolster the wards should she need it. Still, the wards are woven into the Sanctum's very essence. They should hold. In any case, all will be revealed with time. I suggest we make use of it while it still functions. We should hurry. As much as I'd love to hear a first-hand account of your exploits, time is of the essence, I'm afraid. I can't help but feel a tinge of impatience. It is my home under siege, after all. Knowing how selective the Suns can be, I'm honored to have been given this opportunity to join them. Is there an official oath of some sort I should be taking, or is it just black leather and gruff attitudes? Now that I'm a member of the Suns, maybe I can convince Blade to tell me where he buys his sunglasses. The Sorcerer Supreme and a Midnight Sun. Quite an accomplishment, if I do say so myself. I suppose it was an inevitability, someone as strange as myself joining a group like the Midnight Suns. The Sorcerer Supreme and a Midnight Sun. Quite an accomplishment, if I do say so myself. I suppose it was an inevitability, someone as strange as myself joining a group like the Midnight Suns.
About time.
Not just about time, Mr. Brooks. Time, space, reality, the building blocks of magic. All must be constant for my portals to work properly, yet as we now know, that is no longer the case.
We've heard.
Several times.
Otherwise, I would still be hunting dread maidens in my sleep.
Indeed. And while I certainly appreciate the view of this vista, I fail to see how it will hasten our return to the Sanctum.
Magic is the answer.
No, as I've just stated, magic is the problem.
Your magic is... not ours. The ground you are standing on exists within two worlds. A mystical anchor point to Ileana's realm that allows her to... well, I'll just let her show you. I wish I were going with you. There's something about this that worries me. Don't let Blade fool you. He's just as eager to see what you can do out there as the rest of us. Just a century or two earlier, and I'd be right out there with you. I'll be keeping an eye on you from the mirror table. Don't worry, I won't embarrass you in front of your new friends. Don't let Blade fool you.
Wanda can maintain the wards, I'm certain of that. but perhaps we shouldn't linger? The power coming from behind this portal is tremendous. I am surprised this magic and I have never crossed paths before. At least at the bar with no doors. Things are moving quickly, aren't they, Hunter? I can only imagine how overwhelming this must be for you. The last time I saw a portal like this, Dormammu tried to lock me away in the dark dimension for all eternity. Or was it Morgan Le Fay? Hard to keep track after so many. The power coming from behind this portal.
I don't care what Strange says. I'm only going to the Sanctum to give Wanda some backup. This should be an easy warm-up for a legendary killer like yourself. New York is probably going to look a little different than you remember. I'm sure no one mentioned it, but the cape and tight crowd frown on killing the bad guys these days. I'd resist the urge if you can. This should be an easy warm-up for a legendary killer like yourself.
Wanda belongs here. Bring her back safe. What? You've never seen Portal before? Please, stick to the path. You don't want to get lost in limbo. Trust me. After you. Stay on path. Yes? You have problem? Yes?
You are standing in limbo. Nexus of all realities, both real or otherwise. A chaotic but secret realm, beyond the influence of Lilith. Thus far.
Are you certain of that? Because I am sensing all kinds of...
dark energy. That feeling you're being watched. General hellhole vibe?
Yes. All these potentialities converging at once? Truly surprising feat, Miss Rasputin. For someone so young, of course.
You think this is crazy? Wait until you see Manhattan.
From here, magic can open gateways to just about anywhere on our planet, and beyond. We don't want to risk punching through the wards protecting your sanctum, Doctor, so we've chosen a safe exit a few blocks over instead.
Couldn't be worse than the last time.
It was just a simple miscommunication.
Ocean Avenue. I said Ocean Avenue, Magic.
Well, at least we know the wards of protection are still in place.
For now.
I suggest we hurry.
Arm Alpha in position! No one's getting through!
Welcome to New York.
I hesitate to call this good news, but I'm seeing minimal Hydra resistance between you and the Sanctum.
Looks can be deceiving, I'm afraid. There's no way these foot soldiers are behind the disruption of the wards of protection.
Exactly what I needed.
I am impressed.
A gift from the ancient traditions. Watch closely.
hardly a scratch.
We haven't quite broken their spirit yet.
That gamma spike we detected in your area seems to be growing. Let's assume that's not a good thing.
Gamma or not, I feel the hand of my mother at work here.
They're trying to flank.
The light will heal you.
You've done me a great favor.
Just don't screw up our timeline, all right?
The light is on our side.
Arigato. Time to get...
Vampires are not the only ones who can fear you.
By her command.
I'll handle it. Shot.
I won't be dispatched that easily.
How many times?
Wanda is calling out to me. I feel her struggle. Need to concentrate and... And I won't be doing that again.
That's not good.
That was really something.
Watch close. It sounds to me like they just missed their mama.
Let's try this.
Maybe you should teach me that one.
a Sorcerer Supreme has room to grow. Watch and learn. The light shines on the most dutiful. Even the Mother of Demons is forced to rely upon hired hands occasionally. The endless search for wealth and power with just a tinge of fascism. Hydra will never change.
Enough. I am not sure I can keep this up. Lilith herself could not best me. What makes you think you will fare any better?
About time.
Interesting tactic. I hope this is one of the stronger arms. We did come all the way here for a fight. It's remarkable how well Hydra manages to attract new recruits despite decades of ineptitude. Let me show you the way.
Now that was something.
Misguided as they are, remember, Hydra is still human, Hunter. Not Lilith.
You were saying? The lifeblood of the Mother pumps through our veins. The Mother is eternal. Hydra is eternal.
Wanna bet?
Association is not going to like this.
Nope.
I'll handle it.
Or not.
We do not fear your magic, little wizard. We have answered the Mother's call. We are venom to all who oppose her. And you are large.
That certainly escalated quickly. Do I even want to know what that beast is?
It calls itself Venom. Until now, a pale imitation of a very heroic young friend of mine.
We will feed your ugly tongue to the spider wizard. Marinate it in his stomach juices and eat it with his spleen.
Prepare yourselves.
That's one hell of a move. Come get it.
You will suffer for that. I will always find you, little one. Pain only makes us hungrier.
Here it comes. I'm on it. Even the best can get better.
We will crack your tiny bones.
Reminds me of the floor of the bathroom at Stadium.
just yet.
This house belongs to Mother, as you belong to us. We shall start with your juicy entrails, then slowly savor your delicious brains.
Are the rest of your mother's children? Daddy.
Thankfully, no. I feel stronger already. I'm glad to have your magic on our side, Doctor.
It's remarkable how well Hydra manages to attract new recruits despite decades of ineptitude. I hope this is one of the stronger arms. We did come all the way here for a fight. Even the Mother of Demons is forced to rely upon higher hands occasionally. The endless search for wealth and power with just a tinge of fascism. This should aid me in my fight.
Playtime's over.
We will heal faster than you.
Vile creature! I suppose we should not underestimate this thing.
Got one down here.
We may not be ready for this thing yet. Might be smarter to pull back until we know what we're up against here.
Yes. Surrender. Be eaten. Fill our belly with your tasty fear.
I shall fill your belly with my blade, demon. This won't end well for you.
Just what this battle requires.
No pain.
This is gonna hurt. Bet you didn't see that coming.
No escape from me, demon.
Hold up. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Such easy prey. What?
Hey, big guy! I was in the neighborhood. You know, being friendly. Seemed like you folks could use a hand, Doc.
Spider-Man!
Jeez, Eddie, what happened to you? That's part of a horrifyingly terrible new look. The tongue was gross enough, but whoa! Someone is extra touchy today.
We will rip your face off and suck the marrow from your bones!
Always nice to see you too, buddy. So, I'm thinking your friends here could use a little break. How about I take Eddie here for his afternoon walk? Don't worry, Doc. That's just his way of saying he cares!
Congratulations.
New world or not, some things remain unchanged.
The look.
What look?
Boldly charging headfirst into the jaws of your enemy. Courageously risking the lives of yourself and your teammates. Just to play the hero. This is the Fire Dragon all over again.
Fire Dragoon. My memories may be fragmented, but as I recall, I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Ah, of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than...
Than the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or less. We'll talk more later. Get some rest. Not to be the nagging old lady, but I told you not to push too hard. Now that things have settled down, you should get some rest. It won't always be this quiet. Now that things have settled down, you should get some rest. It won't always be this quiet.